471 million for.
You know, the number one reason people attend auctions is because they're fun.
So there's a nostalgia, there's an attachment to cars. This car is fantastic.
There are very few brands I can say I haven't driven. The ultimate cruising car. Let's go for a ride.
It's not surprising that bidding for this rare and coveted model was fierce.
Yours call. Sold, sold, sold.
With the summer feels in the air, you might be feeling for some top-down motoring. And if you're in the market for a stylish ragtop, then you've come to the right place. From Model T Fords to this classic Chevy Impala, the Creative Rides auction has something for everyone. You might fancy the thrill of the wind in your hair in a British sports car. With that, it's time to make our way to the Creative Rides showroom for a look at our first star lot. And on hand to give Sabby all the lowdown is someone who knows the cars inside and out.
Still talking all things cars before we head out all the way to the UK and tell you about this beauty. Welcome to the show, brother. Awesome. Please introduce yourself.
I'm Mark. I'm the sales manager at Creative Rides in Joburg.
Yeah.
Do a lot of the English cars. They like to quiz me a little bit on the stuff. Grew up around the family with Jags. My late uncle was a Jag mechanic.
Okay.
So British is kind of in the veins.
Since Mark knows all things when it comes to the English cars, I had to bring this one out. It's a TR6. It's a Triumph. Tell me more about this beast. First time I see it, I've never seen this car before.
So Triumph is a pretty old brand. Their most common cars were the TR3s, TR3As, and obviously the natural progression after the TR3 was the 4, 5, and then the 6. This particular 6 is running a 2.5 litre straight 6 motor,
Okay.
fuel injected. The car has been restored. It's one of the nicest sounding 6-cylinder motors out there, made in the British industry. They've had a bit of a scattered history, and the car brand as we know it now no longer exists, but Triumph motorcycles do.
So I'm assuming this is a rare find. This is probably a one of one in this country.
No, not really, but they are very rare. You won't see one on a daily basis.
Yeah.
To find a TR6 in this sort of condition is a rare find.
This is an absolute beaut. When it comes to modifications with this one,
no real modifications. As I say, it's got the fuel injection system on it, which just ups it and makes it a little bit more reliable.
Yeah.
Gives you that day-to-day feeling that you can just actually drive the car wherever you want it to go. Jump in it now, go to Durban, go to Cape Town.
Yeah.
And it's a cruising car.
It looks very chilled. It looks very easy. It's you and one person. Is there a story, quickly? I've noticed that most of the English cars, the bonnets are quite...
They just built long frontal sort of cars. You've looked at the E-Type?
Yes, that's what. Because when I compare the E-Type and this one, even with some Jags, you know,
they are just longer in the nose. I think it's also to do with a bit of balance. They have very, very good road holding, and they are sporty to drive.
It's a beautiful color. It's a TR6, the Triumph. How much do you think, Mark, we might get for this one?
600,000 Rand to hopefully $1 million.
Let's see how much you're going to get for this car. Let's head out to the auction.
1973 Triumph TR6 convertible. Triumph TR6 convertible. Your online bidding is going to 200,000 now. At two, any other selling it selling it 200,000. At 250, 275, 275 with the Triumph TR6 convertible. At selling it selling it 300,000 now. At 300,000 once. 300? No, 325. I need 325,000. At 320, selling at 325, 325. New bidder, sir. I've already got 325 on the phone. 350, sir. 350 phone, you're out. At selling at 35, 350,000 now. At 330, out at 375. At 375, 375, 375, 5 now. 380, 390. At 385, selling at 380,000, selling at 80,000 now. At 380,000, 90,000, 400,000. Having it selling at 400,000 now. On the telephone, ladies and gentlemen, 400,000. First call at 400,000, second call, third and final fair warning online. Have us high. Sold.
The TR6 may have failed to reach its estimated price, but I reckon the owner bagged a bit of a bargain. You'll need considerably deeper pockets to get behind the wheel of what's coming up after the break.
It is a recreation of what it was, so it's a resto mod. This is an iconic car. This car saved Ford.
1 million. It's online at $1 million. Any other job is selling at $1 million now.
A highlight of this year's auction is the wide variety of custom cars, and the catalogue boasts a mouth-watering selection of hot rods, resto mods and rat rods, just like the Chevy pickup. But if you're into something a little more subtle, don't worry, we've got you covered.
The great thing about a great car is just like soccer or any other sport of sports, we don't need to know each other's names. This car is one of those cars. If I had to drive through in a gas station, a garage to fill up my car, a guy is most likely to say, Goodman, I love you, just by the car that I'm driving. It's the Mustang, Kevin. This is a GT350?
Yeah, so this is a resto mod, a 350 recreation.
Yeah.
It's a sports coupe, as you can see. Whew. So this car is fantastic. It'll have a giant V8 under the hood.
Yeah.
It'll rumble. It'll make a noise.
Yes.
It'll rattle and shake. It'll make you feel alive in places you're not sure you want to feel alive when you're sitting in the car.
Yeah.
If you stop this car at the petrol station,
yes,
everybody will just love you. They will love you.
Automatically.
Yeah.
It's also one of those cars, if you really don't have a great relationship with your neighbor, started on any other day, he'll wake up. No need for an alarm clock. Why do we love a Mustang so much?
I suppose because they're loud, they're in your face. They go very well in a straight line, not often around the corners as they need to, especially these older ones. But this is an iconic car. I mean, this car saved Ford. This car was an absolute blast. In fact, it did so well, Shelby took it over and made certain things on it, which is kind of what this now is made to look like. Now take that another step. The current Mustang, does it not look a little bit similar to this?
It is. It's like it kept the whole body.
It's like a recreation of the 60s. And again, they sell them and they do well. So this was a great car at its time. It sold, it did super well. It just built an amazing time.
Now tell me about this one. Is it like an original piece? Is it a remodeled version?
So it's a pony car, it's what we call a pony car. It is a recreation of what it was, so it's a resto mod.
Okay.
So you'll find under the carriage, you'll find upgraded brakes, upgraded suspension, upgraded motors, upgraded everything. You'll find sound inside that makes cool noise. So you'll find a lot of stuff in here that you wouldn't necessarily have found in its day.
Yeah.
But because it's a resto mod, doesn't matter. It makes the car better.
Yeah.
Makes it more drivable, more fun, and it carries real good value if it's built nicely. So the quality of the build in terms of that restoration, and we call it restoration, modification.
Resto mod.
So if you've got a top-ended resto mod, you're just putting the very, very best of today's stuff in this car. And you're just making it undercarriage a modern car, but on the top, a classic car. So it's something you can drive every day and have fun with, and that makes it really something that people want to own and have.
Absolutely beautiful. Everything around this car says buy me now. How much are we going to put this on the spot?
So if it's you and I buying, we'll have to be clever. Now, I would say anything from around 850 to about 1.6 million is what these would normally go for.
How about we head out to the auction? Let's see how this one is going to play out. And please, after you buy it, let us drive off together.
This is a magnificent, there she stands, 1965 Ford Mustang GT350. 1965 Ford Mustang GT350 online bidding has started. 500,000, 500,000, it's online, any other 5, 5, 600,000, 700,000 now. At 700, any other 750,000, 885, at 850,000, 85, 85, 85, 900,000 now. At 900, 95, 950, it's online at 95, 95, 95, 555. At 950,000 for the GT350, 65, it's immaculate, ladies and gentlemen. 1 million, it's online at $1 million, any other is selling at $1 million now. 1.1, sir, 1,100,000. Another 50,000 now. Another 50, any other is selling at 50,000, more, another 50,000, any other we go, sir. 1.2, average selling at 2, selling at 2 now. At 250, another 50,000, here we go. It's the best one we've ever seen. Another 50, don't lose the car for 50,000, so 1.3, 225, 250 online, 1.3 on the floor. At 1,000,003, average selling 1,000,003, 1,000,003. First call at 1,000,003 to 3 to quarter, 25,000 more. Have it at 325, have it at 25, 350, 75. Another 25, 75, 75, 75, 5, 5, 5, 5. 1,000,004, 4, 4. Any other evidence selling at 4 now. Have it at 4, have it at 4. Online is out, Joburg is in. 1,004, 4, selling 1,004. First call at 1,400,000. Second call at 1,400,000. All in, all done. Fair warning online, have us high, 1,400,000. Sold. 1,400,000.
It just goes to show that the values of high-quality resto mods have no trouble matching or even eclipsing that of factory-fresh original cars. Speaking of which, after the break, we meet just such an authentic specimen.
The cult of the 325 IS Evo 2. Once again, you never see them on the roads, and if you do, and you drive it, you'll probably be married by the time you get home twice.
Over the past couple of years, interest in South African built specials has increased dramatically. Cars like this Capri Piranha and Chevy SS fetch mouth-watering figures both locally and internationally. But for some, when it comes to locally built cars, there can only be one.
You know, if there's one thing the Germans gave South Africans that we truly, truly love and value, it has to be ikusheshe. This thing is absolutely iconic in South Africa, Joe. Tell me more about this baby right here.
The cult of the 325 IS Evo 2.
Yes.
Yeah, once again, you never see them. You never see them on the roads. And if you do, and you drive it, you'll probably be married by the time you get home twice. This is one of the only matching numbers ISs we've ever seen.
Yeah.
And it's on auction. It's incredible to drive. It's the feeling you get when you drive it. It's the sound you get when you drive it. German engineering. If you can find one, they're very rare. If you can find one with a matching numbers engine and chassis, it's impossible.
Yeah.
And here we have it.
It's such a beautiful car, great condition. I see it has, a sunroof. Finding such a car, where do you drive this car? Because people are scared of being jacked.
You drive it everywhere you want, anywhere you want. Old cars need to be driven, otherwise they stop working. You know, they need to be driven. Especially this one.
Yeah.
It needs to be driven hard. We never got the M3 back in the bad old days, so we developed our own Evo 2 IS, which is the only place in the world they made these cars once again.
Yeah.
We weren't allowed the M3s at the time, so this was BMW South Africa's answer, and they raced them well. These engines are bulletproof. The street racing guys, they go absolutely crazy for them. And to find a matching numbers one in such good condition, she's literally as she came out the factory. It's the feeling, it's the style, it's the flair, it's the sound, it's the cult following that these cars have in South Africa. I mean, as an English-speaking boy, I'm really not quite sure what kushesh means, but I can imagine. But
I can whisper into your ear, it means a panty drop.
Well, there we go.
Yeah.
I think we'll definitely have to take it for a drive.
Okay. To the editing team, I don't know if you need to edit that, but you know what? With this kushesh, I don't think you want to edit the sound out. How much do you think we might get on the auction for this baby?
They range anywhere between 600-700 and about 950,000. We've never broken R1 million yet.
Okay.
On auction for a Gushesh. We're hoping to break the South African record on this one.
Yeah.
Because it's a matching numbers car.
Okay.
This might be the first one to do it.
All right. Does anyone ever come with cash at an auction?
They try.
Okay.
But we send them away pretty quickly. It's not a clever thing to do. Yeah, no, the guys do. The guys do, especially when these were involved.
Yeah.
No, EFTs only, I'm afraid.
EFT is the only way. Keep your cash at home. Let's give this car a test. Ready?
Go.
You driving. Yeah, the seat has to be like this.
That's the difference with a Gushesh.
It doesn't need a lot of convincing.
Oh yeah.
She will say hello.
Yay! Lot number 198. You get the original wheels with the car as well. The only matching numbers 325 IS Evo 2 E30 we've ever had on auction. Any of it a bit. Online has gone crazy. 100, 200, 300, 4. 500, 700, 710,000 now. At 735, at 735, 35, 760, sir. At 760,000, and you have it at 760, 800,000 now. 870,000, 900,000. At 900, we have it at 999, selling at 900,000 now. At 999. First call at 900, and you have it at 900,000 now. And we have it at 99999. 905. Online is out. The floor is in 910. Rihanna back in. 910. Have it at 920. 920. 930. 900. 930. It's on. 940. 945 online. Have it at 945. 40. 950,000. At 95. 555. 950,000. On the floor in Johannesburg. Online is out, phones are out, floors in. At 95, have it at 95, 555. surely it's going to be a South African record, ladies and gentlemen. 950 matching numbers. 325 IS Evo 2 at 95, 95, 95, 5, 5, 5, 5. First call at 950,000. At 950,000 in Johannesburg. Telephones, you're still out. Floor is in. 950,000 once. 950,000 as twice. The only matching numbers Evo 2 we've ever had. Fair warning. Online's out, telephones out, floors in. Here we go. At 35, 35, 5, 35 IS at 950,000 Rand. Hammers high, ladies and gentlemen. All in, all down. Fair warning is out. Last call, ladies and gentlemen. 950,000 last call. Congratulations, sir. Sold at 950,000 Rands.
That's another record result for one of the most prized shares of them all, and just proof that the value of uniquely South African cars is on the rise. The Fiat 500 has also experienced a rise in value on the global market, and next week we take a look at a particularly interesting one.
It's the original Italian stallion. Fiat 500 A-bar.
We also look at a Jaguar that Enzo Ferrari has once called the most beautiful car in the world.
Most collectors have one of these in some format in their collection.
901 million now.
As well as an ultra-rare Chevy Corvette.
Could you recreate a Corvette like this? Nah. No.